What's up, everybody? It's Dan Greer with Forge coming at you to talk all about from fire to fear. We're going to show you how to flip the script. This is your 5-minute mashup. Let's hit the road rolling. Okay, cool. So today, like I talked about, we're going to be talking all about fear and how fear wants you to freeze, right? When somebody comes at you, when Satan comes at you and he gives you some fear, all right, you got really two options. Okay, he wants you to freeze in your tracks. He wants you to stop. He wants you to get scared. He wants you to go, oh, there's a snake. Don't move. Right? And then what you really need to do is you need to evaluate what that fear is, flip it, okay? Flip it and turn to your faith and be like, cool, there's a snake here. I'm just going to take 2 steps sideways real slow. Right? You see what I'm saying? See where I'm going with that? A lot of times what happens is we see things, something comes up, we get scared, right? Now I'm not picking on people, but I know somebody who's scared to pick up the phone and make a call. They're scared to shoot a text message. It makes them nervous to do it. They're scared to have a conversation in person. And so instead of doing it, what happens? They think about it, and they analyze it, and they analyze it, and they analyze it, and they never take action. And then the passion bypasses them. And they miss it. They miss that opportunity. Because they never took action. Fear caused them to be paralyzed. And they didn't move because they got scared. They didn't do it. And they missed out on something big because they were scared. Right? What are you scared about today that you need to flip the script on, say a little prayer, and lean into it? Right? What are you scared on? What are you afraid to do? Why aren't you making the phone call you need to make? Why aren't you being like, ring, ring, hey, we want to do this for you. Can we help you? What's stopping you? I run into this every day in my own life. I'm not calling other people out. I'm saying that I'm guilty of it, right? There's a lot of times where I want to spin something new off. I want to do something. I want to go in a new direction. And instead of just putting one foot in front of the other and walking, I sit here and I go, oh, what if they say no? What if I can't deliver? What if I can't do what I'm supposed to do? What if I'm too busy? Right? Fear causes me not to move forward. And you know what's going to happen? The Lord's going to be like, Dan, I gave that idea to you. You were supposed to run with it. You didn't. Now I'm going to give it to somebody else that's going to run with it. Right? You've got to flip the switch. You've got to learn to lean in. Okay? If you let fear call the shots, you got a problem. So you got to allow that fear to be your fuel. You got to flip it from something that causes you to freeze into something that fuels you, something that causes you to go, something that causes you to continue to do it, right? Have any of y'all ever taught a kid how to drive? I've taught 3 kids so far how to drive in my house. I got 1 more to go. I think the last one's going to be the easiest, but I digress. I've taught 3 kids how to drive in my house, right? Not to mention how many other people I've taught how to drive in big trucks. What always happens is they get scared to get behind the wheel. They get scared to have other people in the car with them, right? Because they don't want to be judged. They don't want to make a mistake and somebody else perishes because of it. And they allow that fear to not let them get behind the wheel. And they have to have somebody like me going, yo, hey, you driving? Or just getting in the passenger seat whenever they come out of dance class and being like, waving at them. And they give you that glare, that side eye. You know what I'm talking about. You got daughters, you know what they do. They're like, oh, I didn't think I was going to have to drive home tonight. Yeah, you're learning. You're going to drive in life when you're tired. You're going to drive in life when you're not tired, when you got energy. You got to learn how to do it all the time because guess what? I'm not coming in to pick your butt up from dance once you get your license. You're doing it yourself. That's the point of you learning how to do this because I'm going to make you self-sufficient. I'm going to flip that fear into fuel to make you better. And at the end of it, we're going to talk about why you didn't want to drive home, right? As a leader, I'm going to have those conversations. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to feel the fear. What are you fearing right now? I want you to feel it. I want you to face it. I want you to get up in its face. Then I want you to flip it. Okay? I want you to flip that fear into faith. Take that step forward. Know that you're going to be okay. Know that you're being pushed to be better than you were yesterday. That's the key. All right. Hopefully that helps. That's my 5 minutes. Remember, flip that fear into faith. Talk to you guys later.